وذكر فإن الذكرى تنفع المؤمنين.
For the sake of knowledge. Knowledge is not sought for the sake of knowledge. Knowledge is sought for the sake of what comes after it. And that is the actions, the ibadah, the worship that is then built upon this knowledge. So ensure that you seek it sincerely for the sake of Allah. The one who does not seek this knowledge for the sake of Allah, then the knowledge will not benefit him. وَمَا أُمِرُوا إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ مُخْلِصِينَ لَهُ الدِّينَ حُنَفَاءَ. Allah commanded us and told us regarding this affair of sincerity, that they were not commanded except to worship Him upon sincerity. Knowledge is not sought for any other purpose. Knowledge is an act of worship, sought for the sake of Allah, to improve and increase your state as a servant of Allah. And that is why a person who seeks it without sincerity doesn't benefit. The one who seeks it because he wants the heads of the people to turn to him, or he wants that he should be known as the doctor, or the ustad, or the alim, the sheikh, a person who wants these titles, the one who seeks the knowledge, desiring to have the heads of the people turn to him, desiring to have the fingers of the people point to him, then that individual has not realized the reality of knowledge. Similarly, as the scholars they say, make sure that you avoid two memes. You know the letter meme in the Arabic language? Meme. They say make sure you stay away when it comes to knowledge from two memes. Because there are two memes that are dispraiseworthy when it comes to knowledge. One is the mustahi, the one who is shy. Shyness prevents him from seeking knowledge. Shyness prevents him from coming and attending the gatherings of knowledge. Shyness prevents him from asking questions about his religion. That type of shyness, the mustahi, the one who is shy, then it is dispraiseworthy when it comes to knowledge. Normally, shyness, humility, that type of characteristic is something praiseworthy. But when it comes to knowledge, that characteristic is not praiseworthy. If shyness is preventing you from learning your religion, shyness is preventing you from asking, from attending, then it is not a praiseworthy characteristic. Look at what Aisha radiallahu anha said regarding the female companions of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The female companions, the ones who had that great level of dignity, that great level of modesty, far greater than the women of our time. And that's why the scholars, they've mentioned the women of our time, generally speaking, not everyone, but generally speaking, their levels of modesty and humility is not comparable at all to the modesty and the humility and the shyness that the female companions had. Yet despite that characteristic they had in them, which is praiseworthy, they did not allow that to prevent them from learning about their religion. Aisha radiallahu anha said that ni'ma nisa al-ansar, how good are the women of the Ansar. لم يكن يمنعهن حياؤهن من أن يسألن عن أمور دينهن. That their shyness never used to prevent them from asking about the affairs of their religion. They used to go and ask about the period, about the blood that comes out, about wet dreams. They used to ask about the rulings. What happens if this happens and that happens? What is the ruling in the religion of Allah So Aisha radiallahu anha said, shyness did not prevent them from asking about the affairs of their religion. And that is something good. She said, ni'mah, how good are those women? How good they are that shyness didn't stop them from learning about their religion. That is the first meme, the mustahi, the one who is shy to a level that his shyness prevents him from learning about his religion. That is dispraiseworthy. The second meme that the scholars they talk about when it comes to knowledge and it is dispraiseworthy, what's the second meme? Mutakabbir. On the other end of the spectrum, the arrogant one. Not the one who's shy, the one who is arrogant. The one whose arrogance prevents him from gaining knowledge. Arrogance, viewing himself to be too knowledgeable, too good. Arrogance stopping him from attending and listening and benefiting and studying. Arrogance. You say to the individual, attend the class. He says, Bukhari, I learnt Bukhari when I was 8 years old. Then you say, my apologies, Shaykh al-Islam. My apologies for having the audacity to suggest that you come to the classes. Arrogance is again a dispraiseworthy characteristic. That's dispraiseworthy generally, but it is dispraiseworthy in knowledge particularly. If arrogance prevents an individual from learning and studying, do not fall into these two memes, as the scholars say. Do not be the mustahi, the one who is shy, stops himself from coming to classes, he can't bring himself to attend from shyness. Or from the other side, the mutakabbir, who stops himself from coming because he is already Shaykh al-Islam of this time. Anybody who has these characteristics will not find themselves progressing in knowledge. So be sincere in seeking that knowledge. Revitalize yourselves now in your energies and your efforts and your strive.